She's going to school for nutrition, right? You're currently in school, right? And she's also, if you want to talk about the Facebook page that y'all just created, in just a minute. So they created the Change Your Life page. Her and Haley are over that. And they post like workouts and different menus for the week. But I'll let her talk about that in just a minute. So tonight we are going to talk about we're going to talk about the people who cannot use the 3 steps. Whether it's a shellfish allergy or whether it's caffeine sensitivity or what else? They're on a medication to where they can't take one of the supplements. You always hear Paul talk about how you need to push the 3 steps. You need to push the 3 steps. Obviously, that's like our key thing is to, yes, push the 3 steps. But again, not everyone can take the 3 steps, okay? So, sorry, my ADHD, and I'm trying to let people in. So even if they can't take the 3 steps, I'm just going to give you, whoever hops on these Zooms every Tuesday night can see how much value these products bring, whether it's you're just taking the probiotics. So I hate to say you're just, okay, because that probiotics do so much for your health. Whether you are just taking those products, it still benefits you and you're fighting free radicals, you're fighting all the nasty stuff. You're boosting your immune system because for people that don't know, your gut is where a lot of your immune support comes from. That's where the majority of it comes from, is your gut. If your gut is off track, obviously something's going on. Hold on, there we go. So Gabby is going to talk about a couple of her customers that do not use the 3 steps. And with her having like a little nutritional background, she kind of formulated some products that they could use. And if y'all ever have any questions about anybody that cannot take the 3 steps and they're just looking for that extra help, you can always message one of us and we can help y'all out with that, especially Gabby and Haley, since they are kind of all about nutrition. So I'm going to turn it over to Gabby, and she's going to give you some examples on her customer about how she formulated a specific little routine for those customers. Okay.
Thank you. Hey everybody. So this is kind of a new thing for me, and it started with reaching out to one of the uplines on another sister team. And I've always had in the back of my mind, like we push the 3 steps, right? Our 3 steps are our holy grail. They help everybody. They're so versatile. They're amazing. We love our 3 steps, right? However, there are people that can't use the 3 steps, and then we're kind of stuck. Or at least I felt that I was kind of stuck. What do I help them with? What do I offer them? Because Thrive is just amazing. No matter what product you're using, it's just amazing, whether it's biotic, whether it's recharge, there is something for everybody. So I've always kind of had in the back of my head, like, how can we tailor something to make it work? And I reached out to another one of the uplines on a sister team, and she's like, girl, she's just like, just listen to them. You already have the knowledge in what certain vitamins do, learn the products, know what our products do, and tailor something to their experience. And she's like, that's what I do. Some of my people can't use this step, so we changed it out. So I have one of my newest promoters. She can't do step 1 and step 2. She's allergic to shellfish, and she has a milk protein allergy. So she cannot do step 1 and step 2, but that was where I was like, you know what, let's check this out. I went through all of our products, kind of compared the nutrients, because if you really look at our system, and this is where we have something so amazing on our hands, you guys, the amount of nutrients in our system are honestly uncomparable. Uncomparable? Anyways, you guys get what I'm saying. They are just, they're hard to beat, but I feel like the products that I use, pairing them together, all kind of work in the same way that our system does. I started her with, thank you, Tracy. I started her with Sculpt. So Sculpt is our BCAAs, you know, it is our amino acids. We promote them for energy. We promote them for muscle build. We promote them for recovery. But what they do as well is they help promote cellular growth. They help push all of that repair. They give you the boost of energy, obviously. So that was why it's my step one for her. That is what I start her with, that instead of the capsules, she does the Sculpt. She's not having an issue with the Sculpt, and that gets her going. That gives her boost, and it's going in and it's kind of doing its thing, helping with cellular growth. Then right after that, because she can't do the lifestyle mix, we have her on Activate. Activate is giving her a lot of the nutrition that our lifestyle mix does have. It doesn't compare to it. I will tell you guys that if you compare the products side by side, there is parts missing. So we have to make sure that when we are letting people know that we are going to try and work a way to give them what we get, we have to make sure that we let them know that they're not filling their gaps completely like the 3 steps do. That is really important. And most people are like, you know what? I just need the help. I just want something that works. I want to try it. I see how you feel. I see how you thrive. I just want to try it. So I have her on Activate for the lifestyle mix replacement, right? And then we still do a DFT. The DFT, this is where communicating with your thrivers, seeing what they're trying to target. So sorry guys, I see the chat going, but I'm super ADHD, so if I pay attention, like I'll get lost. So anyways, so for her, she wanted to target the extra energy. She wanted to target the mood support, the B12, because B12 helps with weight loss. It helps with energy. It helps with mood support. It does so much. So I have her on Black Label. As soon as TAC comes back in stock, I'm going to switch her over to TAC, because you guys, if you have not used that DFT, the moment it goes back in stock, buy it. Buy it. I never thought I was going to leave Black Label, but like, this is amazing. So that is going to give her the extra nutrition throughout the day. And then I also have her on Balance, and I have her on Biotic and Recharge. These 3, I'm pairing them with her because Balance, Jason Camper talked in Cabo about what it does and how it works. It causes flexion. It makes sure that the flexion in your digestive system is working properly, so you are retaining everything. So all of those vitamins that she's getting with the aminos, all of the vitamins that she's getting with the Activate, the vitamins that she's getting with the DFT, I want her to continue retaining them. I want her to have her gut support. I want her to make sure that her digestive system is on track. So Balance and Biotic are added, and then Recharge for the 5-HTP, for the melatonin production, the serotonin production. Like, those are super important, and the extra immune boost, because we can't have her on our super amazing lifestyle mix and capsules. So those kind of just fill in where we need. And that's pretty much so far. It's worked really well. She's loving it. She has her husband on the 3 steps because he can do it, but we found a way to make it work. And I know it's a lot of product, and you can cut some out. You can tailor it to however you need. You can look at the other products that we have in our lineup and see what your thriver is really targeting, because I feel like communication is probably the most important step right here, because a lot of us are like, oh, you can't 3-step? What do we do? So we get lost. We have no idea, but we have something for almost everything. And if you pair them together and have people take it as if they were still taking the 3 steps, you can make it work. I think that's, anybody else want to chime in?
Hold on. Let me undo that. Okay, so my boyfriend also, he does not take the 3 steps. He's crazy insanely picky. I want to say he has sensitivity issues or sensory issues, but I wouldn't call it that. But he cannot stomach the shake, no matter what it is. It's just like he legit lives off of fried chicken and fried, everything's fried. But he cannot stomach the shake. So all he does is he's taking the capsules and then the DFT. And I mean, obviously, he's not getting the full effect that we get, but he still gets something out of it. It's helped with several of his medical issues and with anti-inflammatory properties that are in it. The other thing that I was going to mention is, I know I talk about being in nursing school a lot, but we're going over the GI tract right now. And if you're not familiar with like the Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis, or it starts with a P, it's a type of anemia. So those type of people who suffer from those illnesses cannot absorb vitamins in certain ways. Okay, so their GI tract just can't handle it. It just doesn't do it, or it runs right through them. So if you do have somebody with those issues, especially with the precocious anemia, something like that. I can't pronounce it. But they can't absorb B12. And so they have to go every month to get B12 shots. Same with people with Crohn's disease. They have to go every month to get B12 shots because their gut doesn't absorb it naturally. Sorry about my kid. So they could benefit from the DFT, because what does the DFT do? How does it go through your body? Through your bloodstream, right? So they're not ingesting it orally. It's not having to bypass through their gut and all of that. So the DFT would be awesome for somebody like that. And that's an example. And again, with the shellfish allergy, I really want to know like what part of the capsule is like the shellfish. Like, is it actually in it, or is it like the capsule made out of shellfish? I don't know. Which is
It's
really
in the actual capsule. I sent a support ticket in a while back.
okay. Well, then never mind. But again, ask a upline. Get to know your people. Get to know your customers.
And get to know your product. Get to know your product, you guys. It's the nutrition part in me, the part that wants to be a dietitian, that is so into what we have and looking at the different vitamins too. If you guys do just a little bit of research and see what different vitamins do, you can find combinations like that. Christine is taking the Sculpt, and right after is taking Activate. And I know she does take Activate like later in the day, sometimes like for a pre-workout. And that's what she's going to start telling her customers, because she's a personal trainer, is as a pre-workout to do Activate. But know your products. We have so many products that do so many things. I had no idea until I started really going through, because before, again, 3 steps. 3 steps are our best product out there, but that's not to say that if you don't put a different combination together, you're not going to get the energy, you're not going to get the weight loss, you're not going to get the mood support, the sleep, everything. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. No, you're going to get benefits from anything. Like I said earlier, matter if somebody can't afford the 3 steps. Okay, well, go take the probiotic. I would definitely, that would be my go-to for anybody that cannot afford the full Thrive experience, or that can't take the 3 steps. I would go for balance, or I would go for biotic, because the gut health, y'all, is like, you need to have your gut straight. That can fight so many illnesses, so many diseases, even cancers. By simply taking your vitamins and just watching what you eat, you could fight so many different illnesses and even cancers. And it's just absolutely amazing what you can do. Britt,
I will even go as far as saying that pairing like balance and biotic, or like balance with our step 2 would be so crucial, just because our micronized powder has so many nutrients in it, and you're pairing the gut health, the absorption, everything with that step 2.
And Sue Ellen with the shake, it's like sensory issue. Like he would just gag by just even making it. He's just weird. But But does anybody have any questions? Again, anybody that you come in contact with, if they don't want to take the 3 steps, they could benefit from something. Everybody can. The whole entire family, even your kids. But if that's it, nobody has any questions, we will end that or end tonight's Zoom.
I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, so I have a fitness trainer who just contacted me tonight, and she wants to try something, but she says she doesn't know what she's pregnant, by the way, and her prenatals make her sick. So she knows she needs something. What should I suggest?
We have tons of Prego mamas. I would do the basic 3 steps if she can do that. I'm guessing the reason she can't stomach her prenatals is she's probably taking them on an empty stomach. So with the 3 steps, I would recommend that, but the regular DFT, because there's a certain amount of caffeine that you can only intake while being pregnant. So the basic 3 steps with the regular DFT, and yeah, Alicia said the 3 steps. And she's our Prego mama. And then Tracy, I believe Tracy wasn't pregnant. You weren't pregnant. No, never mind. You weren't pregnant when you did Thrive. Never mind. It was Mandy.
Prenatals are mostly important for the iron and folic acid.
Yep.
And because one, I'm not anemic, so I don't have to stress out about having an iron supplement. I don't need it. But our folic acid, the form of folic acid that we have in our 3 steps is exactly the form that we need to have when you're taking a prenatal. It's what they look for. So she actually doesn't need to do a prenatal at all. She could do the 3 steps and be just fine. Matter of fact, my midwife was like, if you wanted to just take the capsules by itself, you could just take the capsules and be good. But obviously I know my product, so I do all 3 steps all together. But I would definitely try the 3 steps. I mean, granted, she's not going to be bouncing off the walls. Like I've been laying down all day. She's not going to be bouncing off the walls and feel like superwoman or anything like that. However, she will get the nutrition that her body needs and that her baby needs throughout her pregnancy. And obviously, if she's out of her first trimester, she'll probably enjoy it a little bit more. But yeah, definitely the 3 steps.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Then the
You're welcome.
probiotics too that she's getting in it, because I mean, when I was pregnant, I was like, okay, I just need the multivitamin, whatever, the prenatals. Well, that didn't have probiotics in it. So yeah, I would definitely the 3 steps for all the Prego mamas out there breastfeeding, because you're growing an extra human, right? So you need everything you can get. Any other questions? Yes, no, maybe so. All right, y'all. Well, I hope you have an awesome Tuesday night, and we will see y'all on the next Zoom.